Hey, this is Midnight, my black Mexican king snake. She is pretty young yet, so she's got a lot of growth to do. But I wanted to talk about her personality and some of the traits that she has that's similar to some of the other king snakes. Uh, First of all, you can see she's pure black. And if the sun hits her just right, sunlight, you will see some crazy iridescence that goes throughout her. It's like seeing oil shimmering in the sun. It's pretty cool. And she is very active. And she's being very squirrely right now, so I don't know how this is going to go. I saw her in an enclosure and she was like being super active. See if I can get her in there. You'll see her eventually. There's a face. And even her tongue is black, her eyes are black. Like I said, her name is Midnight. And one of the things that I've noticed is she is very curious. Very active snake. A little skittish. Doesn't like sudden movements. That'll startle her. There we go. Not too interested in the camera. More interested in getting closer to me. And king snakes love food. And she is the type of snake, king snakes will eat other snakes. So anything that smells like food, even other snakes, even herself, there we go, check that out. She will go after and try to take a bite out of. And one thing I noticed is even if I'm holding on to her, she only did this once. And I've had her for, I don't know if it's been a year yet, but it's getting pretty close. One thing I noticed, she only took a bite out of me once. And she didn't even hold on. She just like bit me and let go. And I was actually pretty startled that that happened because she is actually super friendly. Super friendly snake. Trying to get good camera angles here for everyone. And if you're handling another snake before you handle her, first of all, between all your reptiles and amphibians and all that stuff, you always wash your hands between pets, before and after. But if she smells another snake on you, she'll try to take a bite. Don't have any other pets around when she is out because she will try to take a bite. A very cool looking snake. And even though they say they don't require a lot of humidity, she's had perfect sheds except for one time. One time when she was a lot smaller. Her tail was much, much thinner than it is now. Even now it's still a pretty thin tail. She got a stuck shed on her tail. And I didn't notice it right away. And it got stuck on there. And it grew and she had a little bit of a shriveled tail. And she had that tail shriveled for quite a while. But now, as you can see, it actually filled out and it got its circulation back and everything's perfectly fine with her now. So even though this is a Mexican black king snake, they do require some humidity. And I don't think she would have got that stuck shed on her tail if the humidity was a little bit higher. I have a humid hide for her, but even when she goes into shed, now I add a little bit of moisture. I kind of dampen her substrate a little bit just to give her that extra humidity when I see she's going into shed. One way you can tell a snake is going into shed, they get blue eyes. Kind of cool, kind of uncomfortable for them. I don't think they like going into shed. It seems like a very uncomfortable time for them. And basically, when they get those blue eyes, that means that they're almost blind. They cannot see. But she is super cool. She even has a black tongue that she flicks out. Nope, always interested in me, not interested in the camera at all. There we go. Get the tongue out. There it is, a little bit, little tiny tongue. And she's very cool. I've never had a problem with her musking, because some snakes will musk when they get like scared or defensive. And basically that's like a very smelly urine, pee type scent that they just release to deter predators. I've never had that happen with her. What I have had happen, which is equally gross, is she calmed down. She was being very active like this, and then all of a sudden she calmed down and she just stared at me, just like if you've ever had kids, just like a little baby or a little toddler. Sit there and stare at you, and then had an accident. Landed right on my shirt. And that was pretty gross. And that's not the first time that that's happened. She has had, I think, 3 different times that she has had an accident on me. It's not a defensive thing, I don't think. I think she's just, it was right around her time. She's got a schedule when she has to go to the bathroom. It's once a week usually. She has urates. Reptiles have urates, which is like a white chalky substance. She'll have that more often during the week, but an actual number 2 once a week, because she gets fed once a week. So she eats once a week, and then she has her little duty that she does once a week. But very cool snake, very friendly. I would definitely use a snake hook, like a small snake hook, to try to get her out of her enclosure if you ever get one of these, because she gets either a little scared, a little frightened, or she thinks she's getting fed. So then she gets a little food aggressive. And I've never been bit getting her out of enclosure. I use my hands, but I've been thinking about using a hook lately, just because I think that would be better for her. Not because I'm worried about anything, but the time I did get bit, she took a bite. She didn't latch on or anything. She just took a bite, didn't even break the skin. She let go immediately. She kind of figured out pretty fast that I wasn't food. Oh, you are all twisted up. There you go. Is that more comfortable for you? All right. There you go. Get a better look. But I think a snake hook would be a good idea for her, just because a little skittish, like getting her out of the enclosure, or like I said, maybe a little food aggressive. She thinks she's getting fed. She eats frozen thawed mice right now. And some people will give their snakes live animals. I would never do that. It's actually kind of dangerous for the animal. And I don't like to do anything that would put them in any sort of jeopardy. There we go. Look at that. That's a good shot. You can almost see the iridescence too. And, sorry, I see her on the camera and I just get pretty fascinated by that look. She does not like sudden movements. So if you go nice and slow, even when you're approaching her, with your other hand near her head, go very slow. Any sudden movements and she's going to get a little startled. But I really love this snake. It's very personable. You know, they say reptiles aren't necessarily affectionate, but I think they are. I think in some way, in their own way that they can, they show affection towards their keepers. I think that's an actual real thing. They try to say reptiles don't, but I think she recognizes me. And I think there's a little bit of affection there. at least I relieve her boredom at the very minimum. So this is Midnight, my Mexican black king snake. I'm probably going to do a few more videos about her once I get better at making videos. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, or even if you just feel sympathy for me, go ahead and give me a like, subscribe. Try to leave a comment in the comment section below, just so I know that people are watching. Whoa, look at that. Whoa. Very cool. Sorry, I love animals. I love snakes. I'm big into lizards, but I love snakes. I feel a bond with them. They seem like they're more methodical in their thinking. Well, reptiles like lizards will be more jittery and active, I think. I think snakes just have a different thought process. It's just a little slower and more methodical and logical. But yeah, give me a like, subscribe, leave a comment below. I'd appreciate it. And I'll talk to you again. See ya.